They have a little over 100 student athletes on scholarship. They make possible scholarships and incredible opportunities for growth for 400 plus other student athletes. And that's why we're investing in Commonwealth Stadium, our football facilities. We want to remain competitive. That helps us not only keep our other programs sound and to afford rich experiences for our student athletes. It helps us do things like build a new science building.
Which you mentioned earlier, and all of this is basically bracketed by dollar signs, and of course the news about the SEC network coming out and what it's going to mean to various universities with regard to revenue. And it seems like the stories about college athletics these days, more often than not, involve big sums of money and that sort of thing. And when you were in college, when I was in college, it just wasn't like that. What is that like for you in the administration and you leading a university where you have to be so cognizant now of the wheelings and dealings, you know, with TV networks and rights fees and all that sort of thing? I mean, it's unavoidable, but prices keep going up, don't they? Tuition keeps going up.
Well, UK is one of those handful of universities that really has a self-sustaining athletic program. Nearly every university in the country charges some amount of student fees or has some transfer of money from the university side to the athletic program. That's not the case at UK. We have about $700,000–800,000 in student fees. That's the 10th lowest in the country. In fact, our athletic program is sending millions of dollars to the academic side. To give you a simple example, we have fees and transfers that total maybe $700,000, you know, that come in the form of fees we charge students. University of Alabama's $5.5 million.
Wow.
So Mitch has done a great job and well managed financially. Prudent choices have been made. Now's the time for some investments, and we're well positioned to do that.
Are you comfortable with the role that college athletics has in the overall academic experience?
I certainly am, especially, and I hope your audience will agree, when you'll hear the news in the next few days about how successful our programs were this last semester.
A lot of people in my line of work scoff at the notion of student athlete. I've always maintained that the tail kind of wags the dog there, that the athletes you hear about almost exclusively through the media, through people like me, you know, are the big time college football and basketball players. But as you said, there are more than 500 athletes on your campus, and you know, maybe a handful of them, I'm going to sound like a PSA now for the NCAA, but you know, a handful are going to play professional sports. And that's overlooked a little bit, isn't it?
But I think we recognize that, and part of our preparing them for life is providing those experiences outside of the classroom. For the past few summers, we've had trips to Africa for groups of student athletes. When you hear their descriptions of those trips and how they have changed their lives, the way they're going to conduct themselves in the future as a result of those experiences, you see the value of college sports. Graduation was terrific last Sunday. Each of our 3 ceremonies was about 3 hours long. Of course, your university president has to be there.
Of course.
But I was glad to see in the 2 ceremonies that honored undergraduates, we had 3 basketball players graduating. Coach Cal made it to both of those ceremonies.